Hi guys, Chris Graham here for We Love Betting, talking Premier League. No time to do a written piece this week. We've been very busy and we're at a really long conference today, which is shattered the hell out of me. But anyway, 3 bets. It's another really tough weekend. Just 1 out of 3 last weekend, bit embarrassing, but it's another tough weekend. But let's go with it. 3 bets here. Stoke against Crystal Palace. I just think Stoke, for me, they should be 45, 8 to 11, 5 to 6 to win this game. The odds against them, for that reason, I have to get involved with Stoke. I can see reasons why I wouldn't want to take on Crystal Palace, but at the prices and in a very limited card and a really tricky card, Stoke have to. They stick out to me. Just one home league defeat in the last 10. It was a 1-0 defeat to Bournemouth. Their home record this season, played 12, won 4, drawn 5, lost 3. Nothing spectacular, you might think, but against bottom half sides, played 7, won 4, drawn 2, lost 1. Points were dropped to Leicester and Southampton. Leicester still capable of amazing performances. I think Southampton, a decent side on their day, and Bournemouth, that strange result that. Palace, just 7 wins in the last 45 league games. 27 of those were defeats. Allardyce, since he came in, played 7, won 1, drawn 1, lost 5 since he took over. And last Saturday's 4-0 defeat to Sunderland was alarming. And there's a lot of people are saying, I think, it might be a bit harsh to say that he's not the manager that he was because of the England experience. The England experience has ruined him. It's destroyed him. I think it's a bit too early to make statements like that from me, but it was interesting, I was listening to Barry Glendenning on Football Weekly, the Guardian podcast earlier in the week, and he was saying that, and he was at the press conference after the 4-0 defeat last Saturday, and Allardyce, rather than being, pissed off and angry as you might have expected, was quite sort of meek and quite sort of almost accepting of that 4-0 loss. And I remember him saying in the Match of the Day interview as well, he was in a state of shock. So maybe there is something in the fact that he's kind of, half the man he was last season. He's reached his dream job and now it's been taken away from him, and maybe the soul of the guy has gone away. So perhaps another reason there to oppose them on Saturday. Like I say, Stoke for me, just too big a price. I love backing Stoke. They're at home, they're a top 10 side, 23 to 20 to win on Saturday. I'll get involved with that. Middlesbrough against Everton. Middlesbrough for me being unlucky this season, lost 11 games, but just 3 of those by more than 1 goal. It was against Liverpool, Everton earlier in the season, and West Ham. They only conceded 27 goals overall, and only Spurs, Chelsea and Manchester United have a better defensive record than that. That is extraordinary when you think about that. That's a team at the moment in real trouble of relegation who have the 4th best defensive record in the league. That's almost unprecedented for me. Never really, I think that's worth sitting back and thinking about. So imagine they get relegated with such a brilliant defensive record. It's extraordinary. So their defence is much to be admired. Of course, it's the other end of the field that they really struggle in, and that could certainly cost them come mid-May. But I think that defensive record to me points, it would seem unfair if they get relegated with such a strong defensive record at this point in the season anyway. And at the prices, I think they look appealing on Saturday against Everton. They're touching 3-1 at home. Everton is short as 6-5. Now things look rosy for Everton at the moment. There's no doubt about that. They're unbeaten in 7 and no defeats since before Christmas. But I just sometimes get a bit nervous backing them at short prices like this against sides, well, obviously the bottom half, because they wouldn't be that prices against the top sides. But I think sometimes they fail against in these kind of fixtures. You might be surprised to understand. I mean, this season, for example, they've lost to Bournemouth, Burnley, Watford, Leicester, and they've dropped points against Hull, Palace, and Swansea. That's 7 of the bottom 10 that they've dropped points against. So for me, there's a case here that Everton aren't quite as rock solid as you might imagine against the smaller sides. And for me, the prices are tilted too much towards them on Saturday. 6-5 is too short against a side who are defensively disciplined and have caused a lot of problems. We've seen that. They're fresh from a narrow 1-0 loss to Spurs last Saturday. Spurs, of course, such a wonderful side. Had to grind for that win last Saturday. Middlesbrough, really obstructive, really difficult side to break down. And I'm backing them here at 8-11 on a double chance. I think Middlesbrough could get some, will get something for this game. You might well have a look at correct scores as well. 1-1 sticks out for me. No goal scorer and 1-0 Borough. Maybe a big price, who knows. So Borough for me to avoid defeat against Everton. And Sunderland against Southampton, taking a big chance here. But I'm backing Sunderland at 16.5. It's a big price, so if it guns tits up, I'm not really I feel ashamed. Alright, I posed them last week and was made to look pretty stupid, but the season's really been it's lots of fits and starts. No one in 10 initially, and 3 wins in 4, and 4 defeats in 5, and now 2 good results, 0-0 at home to Spurs and 4-0 against Palace. This game provides a real building opportunity for the club, which is 2 points separating the bottom 6, and their 5 wins this season have come against sides between 10th and 19th in the table currently. Southampton are currently 13th, so that fits into that zone. Their home performances have been encouraging, wins over Hull, Leicester and Watford, and draws against Spurs and Liverpool. There's just a bit of feeling there about the club at the moment, and I think, this might seem inappropriate, but it's kind of tied in with the wee Bradley Lowery boy, which is a really tragic story, the terminally ill boy. But I think Sunderland are producing a lot of kind of good PR out of that, and it might just be inspiring the players. I don't know. Maybe you might think I'm talking shit. I don't know, but there might be something in that. I don't know. I'd like to think so. Southampton are just drifting for me at the moment. They've won, of course, a place in the EFL Cup final, but they could be in a dangerous position because of that. Their form could tail off at that cup final coming up in 2-3 weeks' time. Virgil van Dijk is off. Charlie Austin is injured. Charlie Austin has been missed. They've lost 6 of the last 7 league games. They lose here and they're just 5 points ahead of Sunderland. They've just won the last 9 away games, and there's no way I could back them at even money. It's a disgusting price. So I think Sunderland, we've seen them collapse so many times this season, but when they get it together, they can be effective. And it's 16-5. I'm going to get involved with that in tomorrow's game. See you later.